I mean, we had to hit a dud eventually, right? It can't all be perfect. None of DC's entire filmography is actually perfect. So, I mean, we had to hit a dud, right? Yeah. This isn't a bad movie. Let me make that really clear. Not a bad movie. It's just, in comparison to what we've reviewed so far this month, it's by far the weakest one. So, yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say about this one, so we're going to make this one quick. What's up, what's happening, what's going on? Welcome back to the new season of Such Anything Animation, including TVs and movies as well. I'm your host, Justin Small. Welcome back to DC Live Volume 2. Welcome to Justice League Throne of Atlantis. It is a painfully average snoozer. Here's my written review. I hope you enjoy. Well, they can't all be good, and unfortunately we've reached the first dud of the marathon. But honestly, it's pretty fitting that's the sequel to the very forgettable Justice League War. It's not bad, but it's very, very average. When the underwater civilization of Atlantis, led by the insidious duo of Black Manta and Ocean Master, to wage war on the surface world, the Queen requires the newly formed Justice League to find her long-lost son, Arthur Curry, and restore him to his rightful place as the true king of Atlantis, before Metropolis and the rest of the surface world is slaughtered. Voice cast first, starting with the returning actors. Sean Ashton, Jason O'Mara, Shamar Moore, Christopher Gorham, and Steve Bloom are all back in their respective roles from War, and previous other DC films, Shazam, Batman, Cyborg, Flash, and Lex Luthor, respectively. As well as Serena Irwin, previously Allura from Superman Unbound, who's now the voice of Queen Atlanta, and Nathan Fillion is back again as Green Lantern. He's still the best voice with Hal Jordan, in my opinion, which is why they keep bringing him back so many times, if you ask me. Then everyone else is new. Sam Witwer, Darth Maul from the Clone Wars animated series, is Ocean Master. Jerry O'Connell, Derek from Scream 2, yes, that Derek from Scream 2, the one that has that cringy cafeteria scene, is the new voice of Superman. He does a decent job. Sumali Yutani, Yuna from Ghost of Tsushima as Mira. Matt Lanter, another voice actor from the Clone Wars, this time being Anakin Skywalker, as Aquaman. And finally, Rosario Dawson, Ahsoka from the live-action Star Wars shows, as the new voice of Wonder Woman. Let's start with the negatives first this time, because this has even more problems than War did. The story's boring, the battles are lame, the characterization of the League is still too mean-spirited for my liking. I mean, it's probably a New 52 Comics problem, but it's just too mean-spirited. The villains are bad, the pacing is way too slow, this thing drags like a rock. Rewatchability is non-existent, writing is lousy, and the overall plot is a complete and total mess. But on the other side of that fence, there's still solid voice acting, more brutal PG-13 boundary-pushing violence, good music, decent animation, and some neat ideas with the Atlanteans, specifically how they utilize water into weapons. Overall, though, this was a snooze fest, and definitely the worst one we reviewed so far in this second DC lie. But it's not quite bad. Sure, it's boring, generic, poorly written, contrived, and cliché, but it has its moments here and there. Unfortunately, just not enough of them to really save the film. Final verdict, dead average, lowest so far, 5 out of 10. A very subpar entry that I recommend skipping. It's just too damn boring. Yeah, that's all I got. This movie's boring. I'd say skip it, but you're allowed to make your own decision as well. I'm just giving nothing more than my own personal opinion. Well, that's it. See you next time for Batman vs. Robin.
We cannot take it anymore. The time has come to go. So prepare for what we're ready for.